welcome. I hope we're coming through loud and clear. Welcome to the breakfast broadcast. You've
I
got,
hope you all have. Oh,
yeah,
we've got our eggs down
we
there.
got
I
our
hope y'all
eggs.
have your coffee.
I set up a little egg gift just to in the spirit of the day. So, um, hey, welcome. We got a few people watching already at home. Thank you guys for joining. I'm sure we'll have a few more jumping in. This is a weird one, right? We're on in the AM, and you probably haven't seen me in a while. But if you've watched our channel for a bit, you recognize me. I'm Ronnie B. I'm on one of the tier two teams, and I'm really excited to bring you guys this rebroadcast. We had so many matches in the last 2 days that they just kind of overlapped on top of each other. We had tier one playoffs, we had tier two playoffs, a lot of stuff going down. And so, because of that, we're taking some time to rebroadcast these matches so that everybody gets a little chance to put. I've already got her frights calling me out. Everybody's got a chance to get celebrated, right? Because we want to celebrate all these coaches, all you guys put in the work week after week, and we want to make sure that we at least get to show you off a little bit because I hear this series is quite a banger. But I'm not doing it solo today. I'm joined with the handsome, devilishly handsome Xander. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your name, bro. Like the username. I'm gonna let you handle it. But Xander, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great. I saw that Ronnie was going to be casting alone this morning, and I said, no, 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 no. That's not going to happen. We, leave no man behind. We're going to have a full stream today. Um, I'm really looking forward to this because I none of us know the outcome of this one yet, even though it was played on Wednesday. We're really looking forward. Like I'm really looking forward to seeing who my opponents will be in the finals. I'm also a tier one competitor. Uh, we recently played yesterday against Let Us Win, one of the other teams in Tier One, and I'm sure we'll get into that when we talk about the stakes of what exactly this matchup means. But for now, I'm just happy to be here. Uh, and I'll be sure to get some breakfast during one of these breaks so we can make this official.
Right, I know. Hey, we're locked in for the long haul here. Yeah, this is going to be a blast, and yeah, I'm glad you were able to join me, and we can kind of bounce off each other. And yeah, you can give us some of your tier one insight because you're in this with these guys, so you're kind of you got some special insight. I'm sure that we can share throughout the matches and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, really excited to just get this underway. Because it's a rebroadcast, guys, there are a few things that are a bit different. We don't have the fun kind of pre-game pick band stuff because the games have already been decided, the picks have already been picked, the bands have already been banned. So we're basically going to jump straight into a match here in just a moment. Before we do, just get a quick landscape of everything. Like Xander mentioned, we've got other playoff games going on in Tier 1. So if you did watch our Tier 1 broadcast from last night, you already know the outcome. I won't spoil it in case you did miss it, but I mean, you probably should have watched it already, right? And if you did miss it, please go back and watch it. It's definitely worth the watch. But now we get to
So
figure out who they take on. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I can go in and lay out the kind of the state of the season. Ending the regular season, we had three teams kind of towards the top of the standings. Uh, we had Team Eclipse finishing in first place, tied with a tied record of 4-2 with Let Us Win. Team Eclipse had a 2-0 record against Let Us Win. They'd won two games, and so they were put on top. And then Straight Out Grompton, which is my team, was sitting at 3-3, uh, which Straight Out Grompton had a 2-0 lead against Team Eclipse. And then Let Us Win had a 2-0 lead against Straight Out Grompton. So those three teams kind of were a circle of 2-0 leads against one another. So Team Eclipse dodged picking Straight Out of Grompton, and they picked Bards of a Feather, who they had who they had also beaten them twice. So This matchup, Bards of a Feather is our final tier 1 team, and they're sitting at 1-5 at the end of the season. They had some strong games, but ultimately could not close many of them out. Um, so, Team Eclipse picked the last place Bards of a Feather to go against in the semifinals matchup. This is an underdog story. Bards of a Feather will have a hard pressed time in this match.
Yeah, yeah. If you've been paying attention throughout the season, definitely there've been some heartbreakers, some backbreakers for this team, where they were kind of on the verge of kind of putting it all together. Maybe one or two things didn't bounce their way, and it ultimately ended up being a loss. So, they're getting picked on a little bit by being singled out from Team Eclipse as their chosen opponent. And I'm sure Team Eclipse did some homework on these guys and made sure that that was a sound decision. But it's playoffs; anything can happen. I've been saying all season, with the tier two teams, I'm in the tier two squad, so I'm. It's not quite as intense as this tier one action, but I've been saying since week one, week two, the regular season's important, but it doesn't actually matter, right? Once you hit playoffs, this is when you put everything on the line, because now it's win or go home, right? All teams make playoffs, so even if you go 1-5 in the regular season, like Bards of a Feather did, throw it all out the window, because these guys, I'm sure they've been buckling down and trying to get ready for this match. And just like they have all season, I'm sure they're going to take it real serious and give Team Eclipse all they could handle.
So the last thing that we'll talk about before we start this up, because I know everybody, if you're watching this later tonight, you just want to see this game. But let's set the stage on what these two teams are good at and what these two teams have struggled with. Uh, let's start with the 4-2 Team Eclipse. Team Eclipse, their star player is Pathfinder, their top laner. Pathfinder has 26 solo kills. That is 5 times more than any other laner, than any other player in any of our leagues. They are cracked. Also, Pathfinder has 3 first bloods, so he kills first, he kills often. He has the highest damage per minute of any player. This guy is crazy. So, Team Eclipse is going to draft a crazy good top lane, and they are going to do really well. On the other end, we have uh, on Bards of a Feather, they have their mid laner, Sones, who picks Ziggs and Victor and Anivia and will do so much damage. This guy is insane. He has the highest damage per gold. So he takes a smaller pool because he's not getting all those solo kills playing scaling mages, goes into team fights and wins the game for Bards of a Feather. So those are the two players we really want to look out for. And when you're looking at how these teams have drafted, because we're not going to see the actual draft, that is what we're looking at.
I love it. Yeah, really good synopsis there. And one thing I do know is, while I can't show you guys the picks and bands and stuff, kind of in order, I can see what the bands were. We'll see the picks obviously when we get into the match. But for this game one, before we jump in, I can see the bands, and the Bards of a Feather bands. I'm not sure if this is the correct order or not, but they banned out Lilia. They banned out, looks like Darius, Set, Mordekaiser, and Ivern.
So this is an interesting thing. Team Eclipse, their jungler is an Ivern
Mm-hmm.
one trick. So if you're playing against Team Eclipse, you ban that Ivern every single game. We've played against it. It's miserable. we uh, it was the worst game that we've ever played. We hated it. And then you ban Pathfinder 4 times.
Yeah,
On the
basically.
other side, we see some interesting bans that I think are actually kind of mistargeted. We see banning out Ezreal, Kaisa,
Mm-hmm.
against Bards of a Feather. That is their second star is their AD carry player Kartike.
Mm-hmm.
Then banning out Trundle in the jungle as well as a Gnar top, which I think Gnar is a misplay because Kartike recently was playing top and would play that Gnar. I don't think that their current top laner Fixing Mantella plays that Gnar. I think that might have been a mistake. What do we have for that second ban there? I don't see it.
So yeah, I
It's
see it's a blank circle there. So I'm assuming it was either a misban or it was Nyla, and it's just not in the kit yet.
Oh yeah,
Could
I mean
be.
I don't blame them. Yeah, that's a good band.
Yeah, just get rid of it.
Kartike is pretty good too,
Yeah.
uh, which I don't think they're gonna like me saying it that way. Uh, oh well, I'm being told by chat that he also plays Nar, so maybe I'm just
Okay.
silly. And I've also heard it's Neela,
Ah,
which whatever, we're not gonna see it in match. I'm
Mila,
not gonna have to cast it.
get her out of
So
here.
I say we get into this.
Yeah, man, I'm feeling it. Yeah, yeah. All right, let's load up this replay. Let's get this going.
Yeah,
Uh,
for the top four of Coach Rivals Tier 1. These are some of the most talented League of Legends educators in the entire country,
Absolutely.
and they're about to bare knuckle brawl each other.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, put it all on the line, right? Like these guys are, they're not playing around, man. Like we take it, it's all for fun here, right? Like everyone's here to have a good time, but like
Yeah, yeah.
you really want to win when you're in the match. I tell you what, man.
Oh, yeah.
I've done this for a couple of years now, and every time I tell myself, oh no, this is just for fun this year for sure. And I don't know, man. You get sucked in, you get really invested, and you don't want to let your teammates down because they're invested. So definitely, I'm really excited to see kind of who's going to pull out all the stops in this first match. As I'm
Yeah.
sure you guys at home are too. We've doubled our
So,
viewers, we're up to
so,
7 now.
so I really have to say
Ooh.
that this is such a refreshing draft to see as blue side is invading and getting some early wards. That's important because we don't want rogue otters to gank Pathfinder
Mm-hmm.
early.
Mm-hmm.
Because Pathfinder is their star player. We are protecting that baby, you know?
Really deep blue
Uh,
ward here on the red buff. So they're going to know which way Rogue Otters is starting. Still throwing some poke in there. But yeah, it looks like they got a really deep ward to your point here, all the way down into the red buff. And it looks so he's going to start his blue instead so that they don't get any vision on him. But they're going to know he didn't start red side instead. Maybe some
yeah,
early mind games here from Team Eclipse to figure out and track the enemy jungler. Interesting.
yeah. So, so this is actually, as I was saying, this is a wonderful draft. I really, and I'm talking about draft because I do not expect any early action. We'll
Yeah.
see. Am I wrong?
Fiora.
Lucian
Yeah.
Nami going in for trade bot lane, but
Yeah.
nothing coming out of it. But we're looking. Let's just break this down top to bottom. In top lane, is landing some excellent poke on the Swain, getting those stacks up.
Very nice.
Pathfinder picking the Fiora into Fixing Mantel's Ornn. This is a huge win for Pathfinder. Fiora does percent health, percent maximum health true damage, and is going to be doing a whole lot of damage. Speaking of damage,
Man.
So Kartike hit level 2,
Yeah.
and he said, "Okay, so this is not your lane anymore.
Yeah.
Goodbye."
That was impressive. The confidence to walk forward when the bubble was coming instead of back out. He just walked right through it, man, and it missed him because he kind of called his bluff there and said, "Yeah, you know what? I think you're targeting behind me, expecting me to back," and he didn't. He kept going forward. Almost got the kill on Caspi there.
Oh yeah, and props to Fixing Mantella on Ornn and Sones on Ziggs because they're doing some excellent trading.
Oh yeah.
So in the long run, Ornn will not win these trades. Oh
For
no!
Zach gank, that's
Ziggs
huge.
is out of mana,
The burn.
and he wasted
One more
his
auto.
flash. Oh,
Oh,
no.
he gets it. The flash comes
Oh.
through.
You
Wow.
can tell that's a Fizz 1 trick right there.
Yeah.
Bullet Games flashing in the middle of his troll pole, of his playful
The troll
trickster,
pole.
which is the most obnoxiously named ability in the game.
Well said.
Excellent.
Yeah, really good gank there from Brute. Really early for Zach. Usually he's the type of jungler who you see him do a full six camp clear, and instead he decided, you know what, I'm going to take a little trip to mid lane after this chicken camp, and it paid off. And now we see another
Oh,
fight
no.
breaking out. Yeah, it looks like they got the better of that one. This Lucian Nami lane you were already hinting about. Kardake getting some damage on the escape there, but the damage is already done, and that's going to be 2-0 now for Team Eclipse here in the early game.
So, Callista Swain is a really good bot lane. Especially because of how strong Callista is early, but unfortunately, Ched, when you flash forward and you E nothing, oh no, and then you leave your laner.
They got another one. Oh man, and
Just
here comes Zach
catastrophe.
again. Oh my goodness, he's everywhere right now. This is just action-packed, man. To your chagrin. We were hoping for a slow early game, and it's 5 minutes in. We've already got 3 kills. How many flashes?
Talk about the draft.
Yeah.
The draft is really good.
There's just so
but
much
they don't
action.
care.
Look,
Oh
it's
my
happening,
goodness.
man.
And Kardake leaping forward, or no, excuse me, that's Decision.
Yeah, Decisions.
Leaping forward and just smacking Ched. I don't know what Bards of a Feather is doing. You cannot 1v2.
Yeah, they're coming
Just
at him.
complete disrespect.
Guns blazing, man. This is brutal in the first couple of minutes here. It's yeah, I mean, four kills, 5 minutes. We're almost at a kill a minute here.
I feel like it's been pretty even in like the play.
Yeah.
But they just they're making simple mistakes that are pushing this forward.
Maybe it's some of those playoff nerves, right? This is to your point. Bards of Feather have not beaten Team Eclipse this season, and so maybe they're kind of, the mind games are getting to them a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. Hard to say because these guys are, obviously this game's already happened. They're locked into their chats during the match and everything. We can't hear what they're saying to each other, but I'm sure they're probably. Oh, as we get another gank, let me stop talking to Zach.
Elastic slingshot.
My goodness, he was all over it. But they turned this around, and Team Eclipse is on the wrong side of this trade. It looks like Bards of a Feather with Kardake's perfect Callista play turns that on its head, and they get 2 kills for 0 in the 3v2. That was incredible.
Callista just danced on him.
That was
insane.
Wow.
This is like a Fortnite public match. Just dancing on him.
That was nuts. But it does look like they're going to also transition to this dragon after that. So really nice turnaround there from Bards of a Feather. They were starting to let this game in the early phases here get away from them. It was already ballooning to a 2K gold lead for Team Eclipse. They've now shrunk that back down to just about 600-700 gold with that dragon take and those kills. And yeah, we're right back to even almost.
So I actually think, oh no, and here's the Pathfinder solo kill, right?
Oh man, he's looking for it.
Warren had the respect. He said, I'm getting out of here. Actually, Pathfinder already tried to go for the solo kill. I was really worried that her grand challenge would spawn those marks and then we'd see dead in 1 second Zorn.
Yeah.
But while this is, I really hope this slows down a little bit because the draft is really good. I already talked about Fiora top lane against Ornn. Fiora is going to have the split pushing advantage in the side lane where she's going to build Divine or Divine Sunder or Trinity Force and then a Hull Breaker and a Tiamat, and she's going to push and get side lane advantages. And you can see that the lane has already started to go in advantage of Fiora because Fiora can out-sustain the Ornn this late in, even if Ornn has base damage.
Yeah.
In jungle is extremely even. We did see Dose commented in the chat saying that Sejuani counters Zac, but I would actually say that Zac is, also a bit of a tank buster with massive percent health damage.
Ooh.
Oh, but the
Wow.
snipe from Rogodders.
Really nice play there. Very clean. The ult landed dead on, bullseye onto Pathfinder, and then the follow-up with the Q was just, it's too easy at that point because your target's stunned in place. So he makes it look really clean, and wow, we get another kill here in the bot lane as Bards of a Feather in the last couple of minutes have really turned a corner, tied this up 4-4. They've got the dragon lead as well, and hey, they also didn't let Pathfinder get first blood or a kill at this point, so that's also another pretty big win, I would say. for Bards this early in the match.
And Bullet Games has to blind throw the Chum the Waters there, and just, you know, doesn't luck out, doesn't hit anything.
Oh yeah, looks like that's X on vision right there. Like he was
Yeah,
spotted by the
I think
minions.
that's a big difference right now. Is that after Bruit's first gank on Ziggs in the mid lane, and notice here the outscaling of Ziggs compared to Fizz, where Fizz has 1 wave clear ability and Ziggs has 4 and a passive.
Yeah.
Um,
And there's first turret.
and that's first turret.
Just like
So
that.
for those of you out there, turret pressure is insanely important in this game because for every minion that Fizz roams out of lane and misses, he's going to be behind on gold, behind on levels. They're going to be able to push up further with vision. And notice Sones is doing the Ziggs first turret special.
Yeah, no kidding. And we see another incredible trade for Bards of Feather in the top side here. Pathfinder just not respecting the 3-player roam there, or 2-player roam. It's, you know, Ornn's always there. Yeah, he just kind of walked it up and saw them and said, you know what, I'm getting out of here. There's way too many people. But not before taking, you know, 2/3 of his health bar.
Yeah, Sones. So I'm actually surprised that Sones didn't stay a little bit longer. Pathfinder going in for the grand challenge.
Yeah,
against
looking
Ornn,
for the brittle. Yeah, he doesn't. Oh
but
man, this is so
Fixing
close.
Mantellus playing so safe.
Yeah.
You know, there's no way that Pathfinder can get in there. It's very well played.
He didn't see the Zek.
Now, Rogatter's on the Sejuani. Ooh, if that had landed, it might have killed,
That
and
was
it
so
would have
close.
set up for a charge forward and then a mace flail from the Sejuani. But what I'm interested in, you can see Sones is repeating his previous move. This is the Ziggs special that I was talking about. As Ziggs, you shove in mid lane. Smite?
Did he get it? No, he didn't get it.
Oh no, Rogatter's
Smitten by
smoted.
Rogatter's, yeah.
That's sad to see it, but it had to happen.
Yeah.
But Ziggs should, after taking that kill, or after taking that tower mid lane, should rotate up to top lane and put the Fiora's tower down.
Kartike once again putting on those carry boots, man. He's really got the fancy footwork in this match. Does not get the better part of that trade, but it looked really stylish. He looked really cool doing it.
There is one area where the bot lane can fall apart a bit, which is that Ched and Kartike are all in.
Yeah.
While Lucian Nami, oh no!
That flash away was perfect. Wow.
Excisions.
Point blank flash.
Yeah, Kartike was just like, dude, I'm under turret.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
He queued away and flashed away. Oh no! And
Nami's dead to rights here.
Caught. Yeah, Ched just routing Caspi.
Alcove Gaming right there, yeah.
Yeah, sadly could not get away with the Alcove Gaming. Let's see a goo blob fly across the screen and land on that Ched. Come on.
I know. I saw the Zach kind of come in for a lane gank, but I think he's thinking he's having second thoughts about it.
I don't think they knew they were backing in that bush because of the pink ward.
Wow! All of a sudden, if we take a look at the top of the screen here, the second dragon went off a moment ago. I don't know if that even was on the screen, and we're up by 3K now for Bards of a Feather. Like, the action is just nonstop. We've got 10 kills in a 13-minute match so far. You know, these guys are 2 dragons towards their stacking at this point. We've got a soul potentially as early as 22 minutes if they continue to go at this pace. Yeah, Bards of a Feather really just putting on a clinic here after the 7-minute mark. It's been all of them.
So Bullet Games throws out his ultimate, nails it, gets his free flash. Oh, but Pathfinder with the cleanest riposte I've seen in my entire life, getting that solo kill.
That was really well played.
That is what we are talking about.
Wow, I did not see that coming. I don't think Fixing Mantella did either. That was crazy. Wow.
Oh no, and here comes the
ults are going everywhere. Oh my gosh. There's so many ults being thrown out. It looks like Sejuani's going to survive with just over 100 health left. Ched's still just doing Ched things. And at the end of it all, looks like Bards of a Feather end up with another kill. Wow.
And this is the downside of the Lucian Nami bot lane, where if they do not get insanely far ahead, then Nami is easy pickings. You know what you gonna do? But I mean, the fastball special, Kartike picking up Chad and just chucking him into the back line.
Yeah.
That's never going to get old. This entire game. And we see Chad already has the stopwatch, didn't even have to burn it in that last engage.
Yeah, we've already got some mythic items coming in. You got Leandry's Anguish, you got Immortal Shield Bow, you got Imperial Mandate on the side of Bards of a Feather. Meanwhile, on Team Eclipse, we've only got a couple here, as we've got the Gale Force, Luden's Tempest, and Divide Sunderer, so definitely advantage to Bards of a Feather here. They've got more mythics on their damage sources at this point in the game. That's going to feel really good here as we approach second Rift Herald, potentially third Dragon in just about 2 minutes. A lot of stuff coming up very soon, and if they can keep their foot on the pedal here, I think they're in a really good position to continue to dominate the mid part of this match.
Uh-oh, Wii U, I see a 3-man top lane gank on Pathfinder again. He has no idea.
Yeah, they're here, and they've brought friends. Oh, the flash was great. Gets away from a lot of the damage there from the Ziggs ult. How do they have so many numbers?
And this was not the moment for Decisions to go in on that bot lane fight. Oh, but it was a 2v3, but Kartike just doesn't care.
I'm just so shocked because I'm looking at the top lane and they've got 3 there, so you're thinking, oh, bot lane, they must have a numbers advantage. And they do, but Kartike just plays it extremely well. Now you see Ornn going all in on this Fizz, getting the kill, and not even having to expend flash. Really nice job there from Fixing Mantella to clean up that low health Fizz there right after that fight was over, and that's going to let his team clean up this second Rift Herald as well. Man, just complete objective dominance here so far from Bards of a Feather, Rogue Otters, really the whole team coordinating for this stuff right now.
Oh, yeah.
And just really, really great mid part of this match here. What else can you say?
Well, this is where we see which team is winning the 2v3. We see in top lane, we had the battle between Pathfinder and Bullet Games and Fixing Mantella, Rogue Otter, Sones. And red team is always going to win that fight because we have 2 characters, the Sejuani and Ornn, that will set up Ziggs to just lay it onto whoever they're fighting. That was Bullet Games' moment to shine. We need to see this Fizz one-shotting this Kalista.
Yeah.
Or one-shotting this Ziggs. And the Immortal Shield Bow on the Kalista doesn't make it easy. The level advantage on the Kalista, which I guess is not that massive, but still a lot for a bot laner, doesn't make it easy. And Soul Point on is this Ocean Dragon is not going to make this Fizz's life easy.
No contest there. Unfortunately, looks like Zach kind of sniffing it out, but he's on top of several wards. Really no way to contest that. And now he's going in with 4 members of Bards of a Feather in the area. That's not a trip you want to take. And his passive has already been popped here. He gets popped way up into the air and kind of double knock up there. And that's going to be Zach going down. He took a one-way trip with that E there. That elastic slingshot was unfortunate. And now it looks like that's going to mean Bards of a Feather continue to push bot lane. They've got the numbers mid, so the Team Eclipse players really can't look for a fight. They don't feel confident to go in because they've been punished a few times now in this match. If you remember, wow, really nice flash there from Sones.
Split second flash on that Ziggs.
That was not even a second there. And if we think about this, Team Eclipse was 4-0 at one point. If you remember, back at like the 5-minute mark, they had 4 kills on the board. And we look at the scoreline right now. They've only secured 1 kill since the 5th minute. You know, it's been all Bards for the last 12 minutes now.
And we have to give them the credit here because not only did they say, okay, Kardake, play safe. We're gonna put our entire top side just to making sure Pathfinder stays under his turret for the entire game. And then Kardake is like, what? I couldn't hear you. I solo killed them. Like
Yeah, that crazy turn for them earlier in the match, like it's been ever since that moment. You could feel the momentum swing dramatically in Kardake's favor, but of course in Bards of the Feather's favor. And yeah, ever since that moment, absolutely, it's definitely been a little bit one-sided for sure, and not the way we were expecting. Coming into this one, we were talking about how much of an underdog. What a play by both of these top laners here. It is going to eventually mean Fixing Mantella gets the kill. Really nice job for him. He does go down eventually to Decisions. But wow, what a fight. That was insane.
That is rough for Pathfinder. And the disrespect, Fizz dropping down.
Bards have numbers here.
Yeah, Kardake is able to just laugh in the face of that Fizz.
The Rend.
Just sit there and just auto attack him. No damage taken whatsoever.
Wow.
But that, when we saw Ornn living after Fiora had already popped all 4 marks of the Grand Challenge, her ultimate, that was when we knew that exchange was not going.
Yeah, it was kind of a 50-50.
The direction that Pathfinder wanted it. And Bards of Feather taking their Baron. We've got Sones pushing in the mid lane. Good ward coverage. Pathfinder, he's just looking to get an objective bounty.
Just get something back for his team. He's in some trouble here, though.
Yeah, Pathfinder knows I'm going to get collapsed on. I'm dead here. Callista going ahead and putting in the ultimate here. Let's see if Pathfinder can run him for a loop. And
yeah. They see him.
It doesn't look like the rest of Team Eclipse is going to get anything else.
He's looking for the execute here. Yeah, there he goes.
Oh well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Managed to dodge the Eye of Empire, the Vision of Empire from the Swain.
Yeah.
And get the execute.
Yeah, I mean that's really the best you can hope for in that situation. So good on Path to get the turret, get out of dodge. You know, the fastest trip to the fountain is by gray screen, right? So he's 5-heading it, and he's outthinking all of us and saying, you know what, this is my plan the whole time.
Yeah. And we see Pathfinder. I believe he's going for the Ravenous Hydra next. I actually would have preferred to see Pathfinder go for and that confirms it with the 3rd longsword. I would have preferred Pathfinder to go for a Hullbreaker here, because there is no way that Ornn is going to let you heal.
Right. Yeah, especially with this.
I don't think a Ravenous Hydra, like, you heal with the Omnivamp of it off of your true damage,
right.
But you're not going to be doing enough damage. Maybe a Black Cleaver would even be better. But here we see Pathfinder getting caught.
Another collapse. Wow, really well done. 4 players.
Yeah, nice timing.
Yeah, really. I mean, this is exactly what these guys need to do. Stick together.
Ched, that was a blind. Death's Grasp.
Wow, I didn't even realize. That's insane. Look at Ched just CCing everybody here. They're all having to flash away in their own jungle. I mean, they're not safe here. Fizz somehow just getting away by the skin of his teeth. Yeah, it cost Bards of a Feather almost nothing. I mean, Kardake flashed forward, Rogotters flashed forward in that fight, but it really cost them just about nothing else. They get 2 kills, and it looks like it's going to be a free Dragon Soul unless Zach can get the Miracle Steal. Ooh, that was close actually.
Close.
Yeah.
That was a great attempt.
Yep. He could end up getting a return kill here. Zach's got a lot more damage than people realize at this level in the game. And we'll see.
I doubt it. I don't know.
It looks like they're both going to walk away.
It just takes way too long. Oh, no, Pathfinder. I was real worried that he was going to get knocked up and that Callista was going to lay in those spears, turn him into a little pink cushion.
Yeah.
Oh, but Pathfinder is not afraid. Pathfinder laying in. trying to get the last proc of that grand challenge, but Callista heals so much and pops him like a balloon. Oh, Lucian jumping into the back line. I'm sorry, she has 10 kills. And
Callista.
Fizz
Oh,
trying to get it too. The burn from Fizz is
the
not
ignite.
enough.
Yeah, no, not quite. She's still got what, 20 health? Now she's got a couple hundred because she healed up off of the assist there. Oh yeah,
Oh
now
yeah.
she's way back. Yep.
And this is it. This is it. We've
Yeah,
got Ziggs. He's gonna lay down his satchel. He's gonna knock down these turrets.
this could be game
Looking
here.
into the next game.
Yeah, they've really got to do something to stop this. I
Yeah.
mean, there's only 2 players up for Team Eclipse, and one of them is a Bloblet. Yeah, that's going to be game, man. Wow, clean
So
ace.
looking into the next game, I think we ban Callista.
Yeah,
If Decisions is not willing to first pick it, I definitely think we ban it.
wow.
But Bards of a Feather, with the upset first win, putting Team Eclipse on match point, looking to end their season. This is the 1-5 Bards of a Feather smashing the inverse 4-2 Team Eclipse. Really great showing.
What a game, man. That was nuts. Wow, I cannot believe. Yeah, I mean, we went into that saying, look, these guys are underdogs, right? Bards of a Feather. They've they've had some trouble, closing games. And we saw the first 5 minutes of that one. It looked like it was going to be kind of the same script, different cast, right, or whatever. And they kind of just decided like we're going to put our flag down right here at the 7 minute mark, and we're not going to let them take anything else. This is our riff now, and yeah, man, Bards of a Feather really putting on uh, one heck of a 20-minute blitz there, and never letting their foot off the gas pedal. So Team Eclipse was
Yeah.
very much just uh, on the back foot for a lot of that match, answering Bards of a Feather, trying to figure out what their next move is in response rather than making their own shot calls. We saw some like 4-player bot lane action. It was like, I've heard of ARAM, but this was like all random, all bot. I don't even know, like everybody was just down there hanging out, just throwing spells at each other. We had like 3-4 ultimates in that one team fight bot lane about 20 minutes in. Just what a crazy game. And yeah, as we saw, Bards come away with the win in game 1.
So we saw. So these two teams have vastly different win conditions. But what we need to see in next game, if Team Eclipse is going to make this a series, Team Eclipse, if they're going to or if they're going to put Pathfinder on something strong, which they are, they need to gank him. Bruit was not up there at all, and when he was up there, Sejuani was up there. Rogue Otters was up there. Also, we need to see if Fizz is going to be the pick. Then we know that Sones is going to be playing Anivia, Victor, or Ziggs, or some kind of big bursty mage, some kind of long range mage. We need to gank that, and we need to kill that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that we need to see Bruit. You can play the Zac again, but you need to gank those lanes. In bot lane, get rid of the Callista, and the Lucian Nami was fine, but you need to know when it's appropriate to fight. Because I think that they took some fights that were a little inappropriate. Uh, Honestly, I think that this game had so many coin flip moments at the beginning of it that it could have gone either way. But we just ended up with Kartike taking over the whole thing. I'm so excited to see what happens in this next game.
Yeah, yeah, no kidding. Same here. Let's before we jump in, let's take like a quick 5 minute break. Just grab some water, use the restroom. Yeah, that stuff. Exactly. I'm right at the end too.
Yeah, I'm running low.
So guys,
Yeah,
please stick with
quick
us.
break.
We've got like 13 viewers now. I want to make sure we still have 13 when we come back. We love you guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in like 5 to 7 minutes with game 2 in our best of 3 for Team Eclipse versus Bards of a Feather. Thank you. Hey everybody, welcome back. Yeah, you may see we got a little wardrobe change over here for Xander, looking pretty fly. Yeah, that's the Timo hat. That one might be
Yeah,
just for Coop. I don't know. It's a special shout out, right?
and I don't know about you, Ronnie, but I want to get into this next game.
Mm-hmm.
Let's before we get in, we're gonna take a look at the bans
Mm-hmm.
real fast, and then we'll get right into it.
Yeah, just straight up. So we swap sides, right? So Team Eclipse now on the red side, Bards of Feather now on the blue side. Keep that in mind.
Oh,
Uh, or is that
actually, Team Eclipse is staying on the blue side for
Are
this
they?
match.
Wow. Okay, so Bards selected red side then.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, then my mistake. Okay, all right. So yeah, so we keep the sides the same, and bands do change quite a bit though. You called it. We had the Callista band come out. That was the first one. In this one, we also had a Shyvana band. Orn came through as well. Volibear, right? That's a pretty popular champion lately. And Trundle. Those are going to be the five bands for Team Eclipse. And then for Bards of a Feather, we've got a Vagar ban. They locked in uh, Ivern once again as a ban. Kale, Mordekaiser, and Set. Those are very similar to Game One, so
So
mostly the same. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
what I see here is Bards of a Feather saying, okay, we're okay with the Fizz one trick playing Fizz because we were fine with it last game. He's not going to do anything with it this
Mhm.
game. So we'll ban the Vigar. That's his other good pick. We'll knock out the Ivern, of course, and then I love the Kale ban against Pathfinder. I think that might also be a bullet game special as well.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
but banning it against either of them knocks out a lot of their late game carry potential. Uh, so let's get into it.
All
Let's
right.
see what the picks are.
Yeah, this is an elimination match for Team Eclipse. So they've definitely got to pull it out and make sure to get the win if they want to send this to Game Three. Uh, yeah, here we go. We see the picks. Some nice skins, right? Obviously, everybody's looking stylish on the Rift today.
We got
Um,
Pathfinder. Oh, and Pathfinder taking a Wukong top. That's a
wow.
great flex pick right there.
Yeah.
And it's great combined with the Sejuani and the Fizz. I love Fizz and Wukong combined with Sejuani. Both of them have auto attack resets,
Yep.
which allows Sejuani to quickly stack her passive. Ooh, an invade here. What do we got going on?
One sec. For some reason, it's not coming up on the stream. There we go. All right, now we're good. Just a black screen for a second there. We're in. All right, yeah. So one first thing I noticed coming into this, right, Pathfinder on the Wukong, no TP for Team Eclipse. So that's going to be TP advantage all game for Bards of a Feather, um, with fixing Mantella on the TP top lane there with his Gnar. So
Agreed.
we'll
Yeah.
we'll see if that plays out. If that means anything, I don't know, but something to keep in mind.
So I'm actually totally fine with that
Yeah,
because Pathfinder did not leave top lane once last match,
true.
and honestly, I think this is one of those things where Team Eclipse is saying, Pathfinder, you either leave top lane with an advantage and you come like win the game, or you don't leave top lane at all.
Mhm.
So I'm fine with this. Uh, and I love the transition for this bot lane for Team Eclipse. We have Ashe with massive global potential. That Diana is going to be on Vision the entire game. As well as the arrows coming top lane, and Caspi with the ultimate. Like, so Team Eclipse has top side dominance this match.
Oh
With
yeah,
Pathfinder going in for an early trade.
yeah. He sees Nar use the Q. And says, you know what? I could probably win this if you can't Q me. And sure enough, as long as he stays in melee range, he's getting definitely the better part of this trade. Nar can't really stack up an advantage until he unlocks his what's that called? Where he gets those little three stack that swirls on him. Uh,
I think that's.
he didn't
Oh
get that
lord, I
yet.
don't know the name
Yeah,
of Nar's abilities. Uh,
Yeah,
I
same.
know the one named Crunch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a fun
I'm
one.
a little rusty on my Gnar abilities, but I know he unlocks that after he gets what is it? I think it's his E. It's like the
Yeah.
hop ability or whatever. He starts getting those stacks on you. So it looks like he didn't level it up yet. He's still level 2, hasn't gotten it yet. Maybe waiting to get that on level 3. But until he does, it looks like he's going to continue to take the worst of these trades because Wukong could just whack you with that Q, man. That thing hurts.
Oh yeah, and this is and like Wukong into Gnar is an excellent matchup. Because Wukong has the maneuverability. Oh, we've got a little fight
Woo.
going on here. Sejuani getting off.
Wow.
Oh, everything early.
The
If I was
flash.
Pathfinder, I would have been flashing over that wall after that.
Yeah, that flash was pixel perfect by Rogue Otters, man. He flashed as the Sejuani E was coming in, and it continued to follow him, but he was over the wall, so no harm, no big deal. He's going to be safe. But man, that was pixel perfect there. Speaking of man,
Yeah,
Swain with the double pull, that was really beautiful.
yeah. Ooh, and Pathfinder with the dive,
There's the
got the
flash.
ignite. It's gonna be traded. Oh,
He
oh.
lives. Wow,
What's that rune? I forgot
that was nuts, man.
that the heal from Pathfinder's runes. Oh, that was gross.
Yeah, he's got bone plating.
Oh, well, yeah, the bone playing definitely helped.
Yep.
Yeah, Pathfinder going full early game.
Wow.
Like, I think this is why they got rid of bone plating. Oh, and Caspi with a quick pull from Chad into an almost
Yeah.
kill, but Sejuani is here.
And
Oh,
Soraka
and
can throw the heels down from way back there. She's okay to stick around in the lane if they want to do something, but it looks like they just call it off, yeah.
ooh,
The emotes.
now I am a little concerned about Rogue Otters not having flash, because if we look at this mid lane matchup, we see Sejuani and Fizz, which is pretty strong. But then on the other side, Akshan Diana, that is a matchup that they want to play really aggressive, really early.
Yeah, no kidding. A lot of all in there from those guys, especially Diana. I mean, if she's known for anything, it's I'm gonna queue your whole team, end up in the middle, and then pull you guys all in and wombo combo you. So, definitely looking to try to get that level 6 quick. You see, she's already full cleared, looking for a second full clear here of the game, heading down to her Gromp, and maybe transitioning into a dragon after that. As looks like Brewitt's headed topside, so if he wants to do it, Rogue Otters may have free reign on that first dragon. We'll see.
I think I don't know. I
For a
think
lane
that
gank,
if
maybe.
they had a bit more vision on where Sejuani was,
Mhm.
they would go for it. But neither team is too proactive right now, because look at the map. There is there are 3 wards.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of,
Four
let's take a
wards,
look.
excuse me.
You look at the blue vision, you see Fizz kind of roaming his way down. He's just going to recall there. But they have no idea Rogue Otters is here. We take a look at the red vision. Looks like he's actually going to start recalling. But to your point, really just the one control ward for Bards of a Feather right there in the river. And not a whole lot else, right? They got one in the pit for Team Eclipse. And that's it.
And that's really, really rough for Sones, because Sones wants to roam.
Yeah.
Akshan, for your solo queue games, Akshan needs to roam. Oh, and Kartike popping off, but there's the Soraka there.
Yep. Ash with the quick cleanse there, just to get out of dodge. I always love those cleanse plays because it's like that split second kind of moment where you're like, oh, nope, is he dead? Is he not dead? The cleanse out plays are always just so fun to watch. But he uses it there defensively, keeps himself safe, and these guys are continue to farm up. Nobody's level 6 down here yet, but Ched and Kartike got to be getting close at this point.
So I'm actually totally fine with the state of bot lane right now.
Yeah.
Because honestly, Ashe and Soraka are absorbing pressure against a really aggressive lane, and they don't need to win this.
Yeah.
It would be nice, but they don't need to. What I am a little worried about is that we have not seen any proactivity from the Fizz. Uh, and Akshan is one of those characters that scales pretty well, and Fizz needs to snowball. We need to see those kills coming in.
Yeah.
See Pathfinder dodging out, trying to predict the crunch coming down from the Gnar. I know that ability, Nick.
Hey, and they're both level 6 now, so, well, now it's Pathfinder 7, so we could be seeing an all-in any moment.
Ooh,
Pathfinder loves those
into a stacked
1v1s.
wave.
Yeah, huge minion damage there. Takes him down to half health. He's still looking for this stuff. There it is. There's the ult. We thought it might be coming out. There it is. The double Q secures it. Wow, what a play from Path. Now 2-0, the only 2 kills in the game. See, this is exactly what Bards did so good at in game 1, was avoiding this nightmare scenario. What did we have here? We've got Pathfinder with first blood. We've got Pathfinder with a second solo kill now. And bot lane is not building a gigantic lead like they were in game 1. In fact, we've only got 2 kills on the board, and we're approaching the 9-minute mark. Last game, we were already at 6 or 7 kills at this time, so definitely a much slower pace in this one. I think that benefits Team Eclipse because they're the team to beat, right? They're the guys in the driver's seat, and I think if they're in the lead, they're feeling confident to continue to kind of push that lead rather than in game 1 where you saw them, defensive on the back foot, not knowing where to go. This looks much more like the Team Eclipse we've seen all year.
I would say that fixing Mantella, let's take a look at fixing Mantella's items for a moment. I'm a little concerned because Gnars often build Trinity Force nowadays. I don't think that's a good idea right here because Wukong is deceptively tanky, and Wukong is building a Divine Sunderer, which means that Wukong is going to have more health and an obscene amount of armor from their passive. Plus, Wukong's just ahead in general.
Flash.
All in.
Wow.
But Caspian Decisions got out alive. That's all that matters there.
Yep. And then
the pressure generated from there has led them to Rift Herald.
Yep. Yeah, and this is directed camera. I'm not making it come back down here. There's just so much action bot lane. It keeps coming back to the bot lane, even though there's no ganks going on. We've got like a 3-man collapse on the Rift Herald, and it's the directed camera still keeping the attention down here because this bot lane matchup is so razor thin. Like, these guys are back and forth. You saw 2 flashes forward from Kartike and Ched, defensive flash from Caspi, Decision holding his flash. I mean, these guys are just going all in on this. No kills yet, but it's definitely been not because of a lack of action.
Oh yeah, I definitely see Kartike here doing a lot of work, but the short range of Lucian is making it miserable.
Uh-oh.
And here's here's Pathfinder's 3-man gank.
Yeah, it's that time again.
They have to do this in a match.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be okay. A lot of damage come through initially, but he's able to escape most of the dangerous CC. Like, no Diana ult really going to land there. He's kind of just a bit too far away from the play. And Fixing Mantella just now gets the Gnar transformation. So nice job by Pathfinder to... Actually, it looks like he held his flash there too. So definitely knowing the limits of the enemy champion. Wow, now he's in the flash offensively.
Going in for the solo kill.
You think I'm locked in here with you?
On top of him for the assist.
Yeah, no, you're locked in here with me. Exactly. Yeah, he's going to give the assist to the Soraka. Pretty generous of him there to hold back until Soraka could get the heal in. But no, that does cost him his flash and his ignite. So definitely a lot of tools expended there, but it does secure the kill. So now 3-0. Yeah, sure enough. Yeah, this is they want to chase this. Ashe with the slows for days, and now Swain going to try to turn this around. Ched looking for the ult, all in, gets the pull. Can Soraka get out with no flash, no heal? No, she can't. But it looks like Kartike is going to get traded back, and now we've got Decisions on this Ashe trying to just stay on the edge of Swain's damage. Does go down.
Incredible.
Wow, what a play from everybody involved. All 4 members of bot lane die with no jungler intervention. What a play.
And we see that unlimited duration Swain ultimate
Yep.
just just wrecking them. And it was unfortunate that Caspi got grabbed there, but Decisions just slapped that Soraka onto his back and was like, you know what, I got this.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that was
nice.
definitely, if you look at where the kills went, that was a win for Team Eclipse.
Big time. Yeah, K right now at 0 kills, to your point. Very different than game one, right? We're at 12, 13 minutes now. K has not come online at this point. Obviously, not playing the same champion as he did in game one. Now on the Lucian duty, which is the champion he punished just last game. Wow, actually, nice flash there to kind of stay out of this 2v1. Wow, the ult misses from Sejuani. And now we've got some buddies here for Bards of a Feather. There's numbers here for these guys. The Ashe ult goes wide, and that's going to mean these guys can clean the rest of this up. The ult comes through for Diana, the flash just for good measure, just in case. They get 2 for 0. What a play. No, 2 for 1. I'm sorry. Akshan died. Yeah. 2 for 1. They actually turned that Akshan gank around, though. What a play. And now Pathfinder yet again going all in on this Gnar. If he lands that second Q, Gnar's dead. Oh, he survives with 100 health. Wow, I thought the Q was going to get him for sure. Nice play.
See, Pathfinder takes 0 damage because of his passive.
And the swing
heals
ult's
so
back
much
again.
off of Conqueror.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to point out the item difference. The item difference has closed somewhat between Diana and Sejuani, but there was a moment where both of them had Bomby Cinder, but Diana had a full Nashor's Tooth on top because she got full solo turret gold.
That's
and
huge.
3 plates bottom. This, if we could switch over to gold, I think, is that the X key? I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. If we switch over to gold, yeah, that's a 1,500 gold advantage. The entire gold lead for Bards of a Feather is on Diana.
Yeah, on Diana, yeah. The other way.
So this Diana has to do something.
Yeah.
Because if we don't see Diana landing a massive two-person ult onto the enemy bot lane, then that's their entire gold lead is moot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
We see Akshan coming in.
Akshan going onto a Fizz. Man, 80 carry 2022. People complain about it, but we've got a solo lane 80 carry trying to kill a Fizz.
Yeah.
So
it's
gross.
No doubt. Yeah, it's gross. I love it.
Yeah.
We see another Ashe arrow go wide. Looks like that one was a little, let's say, ambitious. It was like a really long range ult. It went from bot all the way to top lane, looking for a target. Did not land on anyone, but really nice thought process there. As now we see some other ults being layered in from Team Eclipse really well. The Diana goes down early, and just like you said, that's their damage, that's their gold. And you see now Gnar struggling to get out of this alive. As Bards of a Feather definitely in a tough spot here. Now turning this around a bit.
Bot lane.
Yeah. No response from the Team Eclipse bot lane, so this is going to be a numbers advantage. Fizz gets one back. Oh my gosh, no, he goes down. Wow.
And the early roam. Oh, Caspi, you gotta get out of there.
Wow, what a play.
You got this.
The flash. Oh man, nice flash. Okay. But the whole time Ashe is down here doing damage to this turret. There's no plates, so no extra gold for this necessarily. But I mean, if you can get that whole turret, that's definitely going to feel good. Get you out of lane finally, and with a little extra gold.
That's the difference in that bot turret take.
Yep.
So the bot lane of Bards of Feather was able to push in, and then Ashe and Soraka were stuck down there while they just freely walked up. I want a solo kill here. Come on, Rogoddess.
Thinking about it, man. Ashe has almost no mana and almost no health at this point. No ult. No ult from Diana right now. Rogoddess is just trying to.
The minions that need to hurt.
Yeah, no, he can't close the gap.
She used her second E charge and she couldn't.
Yep. Bummer.
I think that it's an interesting thing. There's a lot of great movement options on Diana. And I would like to point out that we're 16 minutes into the game and Gnar has not finished their Trinity Force. I'm only pointing this out because the Trinity Force, we could have had an option to buy something else, maybe a Divine Sunder.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been maybe a little cheaper, but also it would have been able to offer some safety here.
Yeah, it takes so long to build that Triforce. It's just, if you're losing early, it feels so bad to still build that because it takes so long, man. And someone
Okay,
actually
Bards of
also in chat
Bards
pointed
of
out,
Feather has an inside road
yeah,
into this Rift Herald. There's no way they can finish it.
yeah.
And this is when you type in the chat TY for leash. Oh, but
Wow,
Pathfinder's saying
stolen.
no. Pathfinder's not letting it happen. Caspi's all keeping him alive for a little bit longer. Bullet Game's not able to get the kill on
Gardeque somehow
Gardeque.
alive.
It's a disaster.
Wow, what a turn from these guys. Bards of a Feather finding the fight, finding the angle, finding the Rift Herald, finding the damage. Oh my gosh, their health bars. Okay, that's 2 now that went down. That looked like they were going to survive that. That was nuts. This Ashe is, call her the janitor. She's on cleanup duty here. Taking out.
Everybody's full health again. What is going on?
And now Lucian's going down. The shutdown comes through. Wow, what a turn. This was Razor's edge from both teams, but it looks like it does end up being an advantage for Team Eclipse. And now Diana, oh no, the greedy Krug take. That's going to mean her life. Bummer.
And Diana was just like, man, I want to get some gold before I go back to base.
Yep.
And then Brute shows up and he's like, yeah, me too.
That's funny.
But Caspi, the entire game, getting bullied by this Swain and this Lucian, and then just saying, oh, I'm just going to heal Sejuani for 2k HP.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Insane. And now you see both teams.
Extremely ambitious from Pathfinder at the beginning of
Yeah.
this play, though.
Yeah.
I think that Team Eclipse really needs to pay attention to where their team members are. Oh, that Swain does damage.
That Swain ult is on such a low cooldown. Wow. Speaking of damage. Oh my goodness.
Where's the stopwatch?
Fizz says, watch this. Hold my, non-alcoholic drink. Well,
I love Team Eclipse taking
Yeah.
the initiative here and going for this dragon.
Wow.
Just saying, okay, we're tired of their bot lane roaming around. We're gonna roam our bot lane around, and it's great.
This will be a sole point for these guys too. At 19 minutes, or almost 20 minutes. Really nice job.
With the jungle advantage on the Diana, that's a bit inexcusable.
Yeah.
But good job on Bruit.
And they've completely closed the gold lead. In fact, they're back in the driver's seat now with about a 400 gold lead. Team Eclipse. What a turn from these guys, as it was looking like maybe a couple of minutes there, it was going to start going the other way. Bards of a Feather might have had their number, but Team Eclipse says, no, this is not going to be the same story as game 1. We're going to turn this around, and this mid-game belongs to us, and you're seeing it here. They can kind of pick their spots as they've got a lot of options here. Bards of a Feather still, though, definitely not out of this at all. They've got Rift Herald in their pocket. That's potentially a free turret somewhere. They've got the outers in mid and bot already knocked down, so maybe top is the next target. Maybe they're looking for a tier 2 somewhere. And, Ched definitely online. Ched doing Ched things as usual. So definitely some options for Bards of a Feather in this match. And now you see it actually coming here. Yeah, sure enough. Oh, the Ashe ult, though.
It was a counter bait.
Oh, the bait on top of the bait on top of the bait. But there are numbers here.
Party.
Yeah, there's 4 players from both teams in this top lane now. Where did they all come from? Everybody's here. Gnar very low, does escape. This is looking dicey. This turret is still here though, guys. You can't dive it. There's the turret. Okay, yeah, they're fine. The turret shots don't matter. And everyone dies except Gnar somehow. Maybe? No, I said it too soon.
Oh, and almost the clear ace if it weren't for Sones pushing that bot lane. Team Eclipse lost the first game, but with the way they just killed Ched, it's Bards of a Feather that's going to be eating crow this time. Tried to work that part in there somewhere.
That was good. That was good.
And this is where I think the game is just falling apart.
Yeah. Wow, now a Baron call. Very ambitious.
Massive. Bullet game.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Bullet games.
To praise you.
That hurts. And now they know you're on Baron too, so you got to burn it because here comes Diana.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, the steal with the 27. Oh man, it had 27 health on it. Yeah, Bruin had no smite.
I was just about to say that, with no smite, there was a chance that Ched could
Yeah.
steal it with the burn from Leandre's, or Rogotters with a Q from over the wall. That was scary. Team Eclipse, you are lucky that just went as
Wow.
well as it did. Um,
If Diana had known, yeah, if Rogue Otters had known there was no smite, I mean, that's an easy. Hey, this is a one-way trip. I'm going in for this Baron. I'm not coming back out, but I'm getting the Baron for my team. And yeah, you saw it like at almost single-digit health there at the end, easily stealable with a smite. But Rogue Otters just not having the knowledge to go in, not having a ward in the pit to see that. Like we can see it because we're the observers. He's running
yeah.
the other side of it.
You
Nice
can
attempt,
hear the
but yeah,
comms
yeah.
from here. You can hear Rogotters screaming across the United States, "Does he have smite?"
Seriously,
Uh,
man, that was
yeah.
close.
Um, So I wanted to point this out in the previous game. Look at Bullet Game's build, and you will see what I like to think of as the pre-durability patch Fizz build. Specifically, Zanya's Hourglass second item. This is a great tool for Fizz because it makes him the most annoying character in the entire game. But on the other hand, it also severely hampers their damage. So I'm really glad that Fizz got ahead this time with this build. And we got great arrow from Decisions onto Sones. I believe that was the flash, but who cares? Bye.
Yeah, sure enough, he did flash out of it, but Bullet Games gets the follow-up kill, misses the ult, but it doesn't matter. He's got the damage and the rest of his kit to clean up Stones there. Really nice job there from Bullet Games on that one. Couple things from chat I'm noticing. So, call out on the Wukong. He's got Divine Sunderer and Death's Dance. He's basically unkillable at this point, says Dose.
Can we check and see? Can we see in the next fight how much armor Wukong builds up? Speaking of,
Here's the fight. Here's the fight.
could you click on Wukong? I'm curious.
225, I think is what I
He's
saw.
got
234.
300 armor.
Yeah, wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
He's got 300
Oh
armor.
my gosh.
And basically a walking fountain.
Yeah, that's insane.
Fantastic.
Yeah, really nice play here from Pathfinder. This is what you've seen him do all year. He's doing it here. His team's behind him. These guys are feeling the juice. And wow, long range, max range ult there from Fizz, the ace. That's got to be game.
Zanya's to style on him.
Oh no, they call it off. Okay. Yeah, with the
what?
recalls. I mean, with the respawn timers.
I guess.
Yeah, they're really
I guess
short.
10-second death timers. Yeah, and Caspi and yeah, they're pretty low.
And it does mean Dragon Soul too if they can collapse on this. That's true.
Yeah, it's a safe way to do it. It's a smart way, especially with Caspi so low and no teleports on the side of Team Eclipse. I just want to see this game 3 because folks, if you're keeping track, if you can count to 2, we've got 1 and we've got 1. And in League of Legends, that means 3. That means we've got game 3 coming up.
That's what I hear.
Decisions trying to catch him.
Ooh, Soraka's so low here.
Yeah. There's no Cyrilda's Grudge on the Lucian, and so there's no real threat here with the ultimate laying across the top. And no armor penetration yet from anyone on the side of Bards of Feather. So until we see that Cyrilda's Grudge come out, or that Blade of the Ruin King come out, they're not going to be doing any damage. Can you real fast check Brute's passive right now? Yeah, and Brute's also got 350 armor.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is hard.
Yeah,
this
that's tough to burn
hard.
through. Yeah, like, and you don't really have a lot of like tank melting options on the other side here.
Well, if they were ahead, they would.
Yeah.
It's a gold thing.
Yeah.
And Akshan does a lot of damage, so if Akshan would be able to kind of shore up that weakness that they have, where they don't have quite enough damage coming out of jungle and top. But this is rough.
Yeah, this is definitely a complete opposite to game 1 here. Team Eclipse putting on a clinic here in the later stages of this match. Nobody's out of it yet, of course. I mean, you know, there's still a lot of structures left, but you see here the gold difference is what we're talking about, and you see how much of a difference it really does make here. All 4 members of Team Eclipse in that dive, or all 5 there, finish that out with full health bars. And yeah, here we go again. That's going to be Fizz using the Zonias to drop turret aggro, using the Playful Trickster to drop it again. It's going to be a double kill for
Yeah.
these guys. They're
Yep.
going to
The
clean the
Fizz
turret up.
special.
Yeah, the Fizz special,
Yep.
exactly. Unkillable, untargetable. You can't kill me if you can't hit me. And yeah, here they go.
Like Master Yi in Earth. Fizz
Yeah,
just ease over in untargetable. Zanya's untargetable. E untargetable. And you know what is targetable? The Bards of a Feather Nexus.
yeah.
Team Eclipse, even up the series. Pathfinder says, no you don't. I got this
Oh
one.
no!
Bullet games
Oh
onto
no!
the
He dies at the
Dais.
end. He didn't time it right, but it's okay.
But that's the
GG.
mental edge.
Yep. Yeah, that was nuts. If you saw right at the end there, Ash finished that game with 9 kills after starting so slow. Bot lane was just 0-0 for the longest time, and really kind of turned the game on its head there. And yeah, came alive. That was crazy.
You know, I absolutely love when Pathfinder picks a character that can affect the rest of the map.
Hmm.
Because Pathfinder, like Pathfinder picked Fiora in the first game, and when he got into team fights, he'd be like, "Okay, I have ulted the Ornn," and the enemy team's just like,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, then now
And
what?
then, it didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
But in this one, we got the monkey flying into the back line, knocking up the enemy team. K was living in a bounce house for
Yeah.
the last 10 minutes of that game.
Yeah,
I love
Fixit
it.
Mantella had a really tough lane assignment there. You could tell Pathfinder was feeling maybe a little, uh, a little salty after that first match and said, I'm not going to back down this time. I'm going all in. You saw him flash forward for several kills, even solo kills in that match there, ulting almost immediately after getting his ult. As soon as he was in range for it, you saw him kind of use it. So very bloodthirsty game there for Pathfinder, kind of a get right game for Team Eclipse, and they showed right there why they are the number one seed in Tier One. Really dominant match there from start to finish, pretty much, other than a few kind of key points that where Bards maybe had the lead.
I
Um,
don't I don't think that it was entirely one-sided, but I do think as soon as Wukong and Fizz could get into the back line, the game was over. As soon as Swain stopped being a problem,
mhm.
the game was over.
Yep.
Uh, I am looking forward to this last game because draft is going to make the difference. We've seen huge uh, power on both sides, um, and I'm sure we're going to take a short break because I am once again out of water after that crazy match. We'll take a short break and then we'll come back for game three.
Yeah, best of threes are great, man, but they are brutal. This is why we have to space them out so much, and why we're having to do a weird AM stream today. So, thank you guys. We've got 15 viewers now. Thank you guys for tuning in this morning. We've got one more game to bring you, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 5 minutes with this amazing climax to this Tier One best of three between Team Eclipse and Bards of a Feather. See you guys in just a
Yeah.
minute. All right. Hey, welcome back, everybody. We took a really quick break because we are so excited to get this game three underway, as I'm sure you guys are. Uh, we're gonna just jump right into it, but right before we do it, see, we got the Caitlyn hat from Xander here. Another
Yeah,
wardrobe change. Looking
yeah,
stylish, bro. Love the skin game going on.
yeah.
And then real quick, we'll cover picks and or we'll cover bands, and then we'll jump right into this. So, um, looks like we do actually have side selection difference this time. So, Bards of a Feather is on blue side for the first time in this series, and Team Eclipse is on red side. Looks like bands for Bards. We're gonna have Ash, Mordekaiser, Yumi, which is a new one for us. Set and Soraka. So they didn't like that Soraka from game one. The Mordekaiser set bans have to be targeted at Pathfinder. That's just kind of something he plays occasionally. So I like it.
I, yeah,
Give
I
it to the
really
Ash
love
too.
this.
Yeah, yeah,
The Ash and Soraka were both global champions, and Soraka ult multiple times saved Pathfinder's life in that game.
yeah.
The Yumi, an excellent ban because we don't want to see Pathfinder get onto, Darius, which Darius is up this game.
Yeah.
But we don't want to see Pathfinder on Darius against, uh, you know, with a Yumi on top of him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, for the bans for Team Eclipse against Bards of a Feather, we've got Callista, yeah, Ziggs, yeah, Ornn, Victor, and Trundle.
Beautiful. Yeah, yeah. So now you guys know the landscape. Let's see what the picks were by jumping into this game. Let's see if this will.
This hat was not designed to be worn on top of a headset.
So funny looking,
So
man.
off it goes.
You look
Yeah.
fantastic, bro.
Yeah, you can thank my mom for that one. Shout out to moms everywhere.
Moms everywhere, yes. Not just
Yeah.
on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Let me swap out the
Okay,
team
so
logos too.
loading in, we see Bullet Games' third game on Fizz. All reliable. Unfortunately, they're against Anivia, which is the champion so nice you gotta kill him twice. We're going in for an invade here. Are we gonna
Yes.
see any action pop off of this?
It looks
Ooh,
like.
with Ezreal going around the normal path to bait them in. This is
Uh-huh.
a really great strategy. If we see Ezreal walk up, then Swain is going to walk up for some poke. I predict this, and then there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, but Swain's smart enough. He backs off. He saw right through it.
And they didn't switch sides. I was wrong. They're still the same sides. I lied.
Oh,
It looked like it was in the
that's
in the
strange.
lobby, but no, there's still Pathfinder's still blue. Fixing Intel is still red.
I mean, I guess Bards of a Feather thinks that red side is OP. But looking at the rest of the team, we see Pathfinder predictably on something strong with the Yone, which is fantastic. A little poke damage onto Sejuani. She'll have her passive back up for the first camp
Yeah.
if she gets there in time. So that's fine.
Yep. One passive.
Yeah,
Perfect timing.
that's all good. Rogue Otters with the great steal. Like, that Wukong was miserable to play against last game.
Yep. Let's see if he can put on a clinic in this one. All eyes on Wukong today.
Now,
And
let me go check something real fast,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm pretty sure Wukong is a huge Sejuani counter.
You know, Sejuani doesn't get countered by too many champions because she's so beefy, but really the way you punish her is by invading her early and kind of getting in her face a lot, and that's Wukong's specialty, really. So yeah, I mean, I would assume probably a decent counter to Sejuani.
So here is and we've got a great trade from Yone early. Yone will always win these trades, even
Yeah.
into the Comet Malphite. Um, we'll get to this Fizz and Nivea matchup, but what I wanted to talk about with Wukong and Sejuani, an interaction great land from Chad is that Wukong's Q reduces an opponent's armor by a percent. So, for instance, if Sejuani has 300 armor from her passive, great trading
Ooh.
from.
Oh, she's got passive fizz.
Well, not anymore. And next time, Bullet Games goes in for that kill, it's going to be guaranteed. That was almost too easy, too.
Yeah, he just walked it up. I guess I guess Sones was saying, you know what, you can kill me. It's just my egg. It's fine, man.
Yeah.
And it made Bullet Games work for it, though. He did have to burn Flash and Ignite. As
Oh,
now we get
waiting
a
for the arcane shift
yeah.
in
Ooh.
before. Ooh, that
Ezreal's
was
still
close.
burning. Uh-oh.
Oh no, a flash from Ezreal. That's what the aggressive arcane shift gets him. But
Caspi with
these
a nice heal, too. Woo.
those storms from Caspi are incredible.
Yeah.
Kartike, you're not playing Callista this game. You can't go in that early on a Sivir.
Yeah, Sivir duty doesn't feel as good, man. You're not as it doesn't feel like you're quite as much of a playmaker as you are when you're playing Callista. But I think he's gonna be fine. Just get back to late. Wow, Ched.
Double grab.
My goodness, Ched.
Incredible.
This
Oh,
guy's
but Ezreal is just like, you're out of cooldowns, bud. You're dead.
oh, he lives.
Oh, the
He does.
minions!
The minion damage. I thought he was gonna live with like 12 health, man. The minion damage was just enough.
Oh.
That's nuts.
Well,
Yeah.
Swain is a commander, and we definitely saw it there.
And this
that
is
was a great
Ched's
Anivia wall.
third Swain
But
game now.
To finish my comment from earlier,
Yep.
basically, Rogue Otters. So Sejuani will have like 300 armor with her passive. Is he gonna tower dive?
Oof. Thought about
So
it.
Sejuani, so Rogue Otters reduces that by 10 to 20%. We'll say 30 off. Then Sejuani's passive falls off. Then she only has maybe 100, and then that's like a 30% drop. So right now she only has 52.
Yeah, with no passive.
Anyway, this Wukong Q, if Wukong Qs as soon as they hit Sejuani, Sejuani will almost have negative armor at the end of the game.
Yeah.
This is a huge counter pick.
Yeah, it feels really good. I'm sure Rogue Otters is like really feeling this pick. It looks like he's doing a really good job farming so far, keeping up 29 to 28 CS in this early game. 5 minutes in, not a ton of jungler intervention in any lane. We've only seen one major gank here from Bruit in the bot lane. And other than that, they've both pretty much just been farming it up. Yeah, I think this is going to be, actually so far, this is kind of a game state that benefits Bards of a Feather, just like in game one. A lot of kills in this early game, right? We've already got 3 kills at 5 minutes, right? This is very similar to the game one script. Nice job leading that by Sones.
Oh, and then Fizz goes in.
Yeah, Fizz not knowing Wukong was there.
And it's over.
Oh, the
it's
Ignite.
Over. So close.
Can he
and
stay alive?
That's one auto attack of health left.
Yep.
That must feel real bad for Bullet Games.
Yeah, missed it by 1 auto.
That's the difference. This is why, if you are a lower level League of Legends player and you're wondering, why am I not doing any damage? Why aren't I getting solo kills early? It's your auto attacks. You gotta auto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another
even
call
if you're
out.
Janna.
Yeah, even if you're Jaina. Another call out from chat. Love the feedback, guys. Dose is saying first buy for Bruit is plated steel caps. Not Bammies, nothing else. No offensive, defensive. Just some boots, some level 2 boots. So really early purchase for those boots for Bruit, and we'll see if it makes a difference. Yeah, we'll see.
And looking at the enemy team has a lot of CC and also does about half and half mixed magic damage and physical damage.
Yep.
So I don't see it. Plus, Sejuani has a really fast clear. Oh, and getting caught in the jungle, and she's got negative armor, baby.
Yeah. She's at 133 at one point, and then it dropped all the way down to 61 after that Wukong Q.
Yeah, I think that was because imagine if she had hit her
Oops.
what's her keystone called? What's Sejuani's keystone called? So she gets increased armor when she does when she hits CC. So if she hits CC and has her passive on, then
I can't even remember now, bro. We look like amateurs right now.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Sejuani, or Sivir, get out of
there. No, I think I don't know who's actually on the wrong side of this one.
Ezreal's out of mana.
Yeah,
it's a fiesta.
That's what I'm saying about this game state, man. Bards thrives in this kind of crazy, chaotic environment. We saw them win game one. A lot of the reason was because I feel like Team Eclipse couldn't predict where Bards was going next. It was just so chaotic. And we see so far in this one, very similar to game one, a lot of kind of chaos, I guess you could say, being brought up by Bards. These guys are just kind of going where they please. They've got first dragon. They've made sure top lane is at an even state, 1-1. Although the CS is a big lead for Pathfinder. He didn't get first blood. He's not at 3 kills right now, like you saw him in game one, or sorry, game two.
So I think you're correct in a lot of ways.
Aftershock is what it's called, by the way.
Aftershock. There we go.
Thank you, Rogue
I
Honors.
always mix it up with Demolish.
Yeah.
But you can tell I don't play tanks anymore.
Yep.
But bullet games is completely neutralized by zones in this matchup, and this is just what happened in game one as well. But there is a key difference. Oh, and Shed committing the ultimate. Janna has no flash. That's a kill. Ezreal.
Could be a double.
Arcane Shift.
Oh,
no.
The flash. Oh, they're flashing forward. They're both flash for that. Sivir's going to die. Bummer.
Yeah, that was a hot turret, but Sivir with the sniper shot on that Q knocks out Ezreal.
Yeah, I think the turret damage had ramped up a little too because it had already got that first shot off. Maybe, I'm not sure if Swain's full health, so maybe not. I can't tell anymore. But nice play there by Chad overall. I mean, every time he's got the ult up, it feels like he's using it and he's flashing forward into Team Eclipse. So we saw it again there. Chad doing Chad things, landing the ult, landing the pullbacks, landing the ignite, and landing a couple of kills there for his team. And also landing a bounty. He's the only player with a bounty right now.
Oh, yeah. So I'm thinking, to continue a point from earlier, a big difference here is that Yone pick, because Fiora is a purely side lane 1v1 champion, but Yone is going to ignore this Malphite later in the game and is just going to be flash ulting into the back line, obliterating Kartike.
I know you keep pausing because you're like, is this it? Is this when he goes in? Is this the only?
Yeah. Well, so Yone, until he has a Vampiric Scepter, he is susceptible to the 3-man. Oh, and here we go again.
Yeah, top lane's a fiesta.
They got a wave clear. Yeah, they got 3 top now. A wave clear champion.
Yeah,
and just sits top lane.
And I think he's just kind of hovering. Looks like he's heading back mid. Pathfinder's got a recall though. He did. I'm not sure that he knew that Rogue Otters was even there. So that was a 3-player gank, or 2-player roam to the top lane to join fixing Mantella. Ends up not really meaning much because Pathfinder does not all in like they were. I think they were expecting him to just go all in on fixing Mantella there, and they were there for the counter. Everyone walks away, no big deal, and now they're all going back to lane.
Definitely. I do see an issue cropping up later into the game on the side of Team Eclipse. Specifically, Sivir pops the ultimate. They're going in.
Chad's got his too. Let's see when he uses
Chad
it.
With an
there it is. Ooh!
Forces Janna to make a tough decision. Janna makes the wrong decision. But luckily, as she has the heal, Ezreal has the Arcane Shift to get out of there.
And Wukong's here. So once again, these guys timed that advance with their ultimates and the Wukong gank perfectly. But that's going to mean they've got numbers. Team Eclipse has numbers in the top side. They're going to use that Rift Herald they picked up off screen earlier. Oh, the ult lands long range from bullet games.
Does Anivia have egg?
I think so. Yeah, she's frozen in place. Yeah, she's in her egg. We miss a kill.
Janna ulting in.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Back and forth. Ched gets 2 more in this bot lane skirmish. It does mean Kartike's life, but man, Bards and Feather get everything else. They're going to get a couple more turret plates here as Wukong is just wailing on that turret. There it goes. 1 plate left with just about a minute and a half before plating falls off. So they're going to get the max amount of plating gold from that. And wow, what a play from Bards. Also, real quick, off topic, I want to say Dose also mentioned the thing about Aftershock, and he's a little salty that I didn't mention that he said it. So Dose, I apologize.
Clean flash.
We love
from
you in the
fixing
chat.
Mantella. Sorry, clean flash from
Yeah.
fixing Mantella to get out of that Yone ultimate.
That was nice. Yeah, that was super clean by Mantella. Again, 0-0. He's got the CS deficit, but he's not in the gray screen at this point, which is really the most important thing. Oh no, I say that. I jinxed him.
Oh, but the shield on Yone plus the Vampiric Scepter
Yep.
to keep him alive.
I thought he was going to be okay, but no.
Bait.
Yeah, exactly. He baited it. He jumped into the brush at like 100 health, thinking, oh yeah, he's going to follow me in. And sure enough, he did. And then he called his bluff and popped him.
We see a really great move here mid, where Team Eclipse realized that Anivia had no health or had no mana whatsoever. We just see her getting pushed out by the Sejuani. Oh, but Kardake just smashing this 1v1, keeping Ezreal under their tower. Oh, and that's just the cleanest Swain.
Swain just, happens to walk by, pop a ward down, and there's Janna. So guess what? Here's like a half your health bar gone. Lucky job there from Swain, and made sure to layer that combo perfectly over the wall. So again, putting on a clinic with the Swain on his third Swain game so far today. We see Chad often playing Pyke. Is what he's known for in Coach Rivals. He's had some incredible Pyke games. I'm pretty sure we're going to know him for Swain after this too, because he's playing it really well.
Oh yeah, and this I gotta toot my own horn a little here. These semifinals have been great Swain games.
This guy.
About that. That's all I'll say about that.
Well said, well said.
Yeah.
And that's the first turret, by the way, topside. So that's going to be some extra gold in Pathfinder's pocket. Finally, he got the kill on the board. He got first turret. He's got to be feeling good taking those Krugs away too. He's got a CS lead of almost 2-1 at this point at the 15-minute mark in the match, which is a pretty substantial lead there for him. So he's building leads where he can, trying to do the best kind of carry performance he can in this top lane. Let's see. I don't think he's made a purchase since getting that turret and that kill. So he's got his Blade of the Ruin King and his level 2 boots, but I think he's still got some gold in his pocket.
So I will say that. Yeah. Oh, and we got.
Oh no, Fizz! The smite! You gotta hit him one more. Oh, okay, bummer.
And this is where the Anivia Fizz matchup comes to a halt because. Oh no! Spell shielding the Q from Ezreal. Kardake is able to stay alive.
Chad doing Chad things. Yep. And now we see Yone, Pathfinder, not afraid of Wukong here.
Wukong doesn't have clone. That
wow.
was the cleanest dodge I've seen in my entire
oh my
life.
God. That was insane from Pathfinder, dude. He like jumps back, flashes over. That was nuts. I don't know how he got out of that.
Is this ultimate spellbook? Because that Yone is unstoppable.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really clean. I felt like he was dead to rights there when you saw the Malphite ult come through. But he dodges everything. The fancy feet keep him alive, and he's still up here drawing attention from Bards of a Feather, having to send Anivia to kind of repel this Yone from just taking a tier 2 turret, potentially.
This Yone lives by the motto that sometimes to get out, you gotta go in.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. So a previous point that I was going to bring up is that I was fearful that Ezreal would have a really hard time keeping up with damage against a Wukong and a Malphite. I'm glad that Ezreal has gone for Trinity Force as opposed to maybe an Essence Reaver or even a Divine Sunder. I think Trinity Force is his highest DPS option.
Yeah.
Ooh,
long range ult.
Wukong has no clone, but there's a frozen field in between them.
There's a lot of players here. This is going to be an ugly fight.
He's not getting out.
He goes down. Wukong's still alive. Does go down to the Ezreal. Swain in the middle of several here. Uses the hourglass.
Ezreal whiffing a Q gives. Oh no! Gives Swain enough time to pop his ultimate.
Yone does not survive the backside of that. Now Janna's left all alone to clean up. What's going to happen here? Fixing Mantella trying to chase her down. but the slow is just enough to keep John alive. One health bar away from an ace there for Bards of a Feather. Really clean job taking that fight to its limits. You saw that was basically a 5 versus 5, and wasn't sure who was going to take that, but it does turn out to be Bards. And they now get this third dragon, stacking dragons yet again. Looking at Dragon Soul at potentially 24 minutes, 23 minutes, give or take. Really early soul for these guys, or soul point for these guys. 1,000, 2,000 gold lead as well for Bards. I mean, really, they're doing a great job here to make this a really competitive match.
And the mid priority from having an Anivia, it allows you to take every single dragon. As you can see, just like that first game, Fizz has lost first turret first because Anivia can just auto wave clear. And they have Sivir and Swain too. I'm surprised if this wave, I'm honestly surprised if they get this turret.
They're trapped in here with, Bard says, we're not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with us. This is our turret, bud. And
oh no, look at Yone's health bar.
Oh, somehow he outplays the turret shot. Wow.
The Ruined King right there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some of that.
A whole bunch.
He's hitting him with his wallet here, as Justin likes to say. You got the Vampiric Scepter for some extra life steal. Right, he's sitting on quite a few components looking for that next big item with that kill. And okay, look, the TP comes to. I said if he gets this tower, he's definitely going to go back and buy another huge item. But they do TP there to stop the push, and that is going to send Pathfinder back to the fountain to purchase some stuff. Let's see what he goes for next. Right now, all eyes on Pathfinder. He does not recall actually looking for a kind of a cheeky death brush kill here. Maybe some alcove gaming we got going on.
Unfortunately, the only target for him to kill is a giant rock.
Yeah,
that
no kidding.
Ultimate. How did that Fizz ult not hit?
He missed, yeah. I guess it just went wide because Fixie Mantella didn't
he
flash.
Shot it short. I
Yeah.
think he didn't shoot it far enough.
Yeah, he
That's
kind of
crazy.
didn't
Okay.
click the full range of it.
Yeah.
That works just like Galio's dash does. If you don't click all the way, it doesn't go. It just goes wherever you clicked it. So the max range.
That's...
Yeah.
Now I can say I could have sworn that's not quite true because there are so many times as Galio that I've E'd backwards to try to hit somebody up on the rear back and knock somebody up that way, and then I miss and I fly out of the fight at maximum speed. I'm pretty sure it goes whatever.
Yeah, I might be thinking of that wrong, but definitely it was not max range on that Fizz ult. That was a missed opportunity. Not sure if they could have killed Fixie Mantella. He had his flash and ult up anyway, but bummer that misses because they were looking for they were hunting for blood. Speaking of, here we go again.
An awkward ultimate, but
wow, the damage is there.
Stay under your turret, darling.
Yep, that's no longer your jungle.
Yeah, and now with Sivir backed off, this has to be a turret. I guess not, because Team Eclipse has no wave clear whatsoever. Sivir's just gonna clear this wave. I guess they don't want to commit the resources to save a low health tower.
Ooh.
Oh, but
Now the ult comes in from the side from
ult.
top and jungle, right? We got some good synergy here. Wukong
Great flash forward.
coming in, getting his, the second ult. We got the ult from Swain in the back, not getting a ton of damage out, but definitely suppressing and pushing him off. Yeah, what a flash there from Kardake, flashing forward into the enemy team, knowing he's got the damage. And Yone was not there for that fight. So that was essentially a 4v4, but it was missing Team Eclipse's biggest damage source. And now that's going to mean that Bards of a Feather can look for a Baron, as there's no enemy jungler on Team Eclipse to contest this. Let's see if Yone can come out with the miracle steal. He knows this is happening. He's in the pit.
Putting down some damage onto the Malphite and getting out, dropping.
He does get a kill, but not going to get much else for that there. It was definitely going to be a really tough play to make that happen, but no, just not going to happen for him today.
I'll say that's not worth, but it's not a disaster because we get the. Oh wow. Fizz going in, not getting much of anything. It's going in blind, so it
Wow.
couldn't target his ultimate correctly, having to fire it point blank at his feet. Uh, that's an awkward little play. Unfortunately, not able to kill any of the other Baron buffs. I was about to say that it is good that Malphite doesn't have Baron buff, because Anivia and Sivir guaranteeing 2 waves perma pushing constantly, even without Baron buff. But Malphite would make it 3.
Yep, you see it happening in the top lane already as Team Eclipse looks to get their first dragon of the game to deny Dragon Soul. Well, Bards of Feather say, hey, look, man, we'd like to have Soul, but this is only your first dragon. Yeah, here he comes.
I think it's theirs.
He could look for this. Oh, man, that was so close. 400 health on that. Ooh. He does get a couple of kills, though. As, yeah, Bards of a Feather don't get the dragon, but they do get 2 kills. They've still got the Baron buff. So now they can,
catastrophic, though.
Yeah, they can look to push with a 3v5 for the next 30 seconds. I'm not sure what Team Eclipse can do to defend this. This is a really strong 5-man push in the mid lane.
And Ricochet.
Sejuani's not here.
Glacial Storm.
They need everybody back at base right now. Come on, Sedge.
But this is what this team comp was designed to do. Bards of a Feather saying, hey, we're going to push, we're going to take objectives. And honestly, if I was Bards of a Feather, well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe they don't want to push for him. Malphite's a little low, and Malphite's a little dead.
The turn. Now they're all back up. Now they've got the numbers 5v4. Now it's 5v3, but Swain says, you know what, I'm going to even this up, make it a 3v3. And putting in some work here. Now with the numbers advantage is Bards of a Feather. Swain's still going forward into 2 members, does eventually go down, but he evens that up for his team, gets 3 kills for his squad there, and now it's a 2v2 again for the next 20 seconds or so. That's going to mean the end of Baron buff for Bards of a Feather, pretty much. So, I mean, really great job there from Team Eclipse to pick the fight. Although it ends up going even for them, that's about the best they could hope for in that situation. And well done from both teams.
Yeah, I don't know how Team Eclipse is feeling because Bards of a Feather has 5 carries on their team right now. That Swain was bonkers in that last fight.
Yeah. Chad, man.
But I was really proud of Bullet Games there, seeing his target, knocking down the Malphite, getting a little bit of gold because the Fizz has been a little starved this match. It was a messy turnaround. I mean, I was the one goading them into staying a little bit longer. But you know, any even fight is good for Team Eclipse. Bullet Games just saying, listen, Sejuani, you don't need any more gold. You have your 2 items.
Then we see the Fizzle goes wide. Unfortunate.
But Sivir walks right back into it with no spell shield. Ults out. She's as fast as can possibly be. Yone downtown with just obliterating.
Not able to finish him yet. Does now get him. Okay, wow.
Yeah, I mean, Pathfinder making the solo lane diff. Let's see if Malphite wants to jump in when Sivir comes back anyway. Unfortunately, you see that Ezreal, even though I think Ezreal is building optimally, they just have no wave clear. Fizz can't commit the Playful Trickster to clearing waves in the face of...
Ezreal going way forward.
In the face of Ezreal leaping in.
Now you're trapped,
and
man.
Ched saying, you made a mistake, buddy. The solo kill for Ched. The 1v4 from Ched, killing 2 carries.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
No, Pathfinder in this fight, he's on permanent split push duty at this point without Hullbreaker, so he's doing this old school style. He does get the outer turret in the bot lane, but he loses 2 of his allies in the process, so definitely not worth an outer turret at this point. He has to back off as Anivia is going to match his split push and defend Bards of a Feather's turret there. So he goes back, and now he's got to rejoin the other 2 members of his team that is still alive because Bards of a Feather's got a 4-man push in this top lane, and they make quick work of that tier 2 turret. Now you see Yone going all in on this, knowing he's only got a brief moment to make this play, trying to get these staggered recalls and hope that maybe he caught someone before the other players had already recalled. Did not work out that way. He doesn't die, Um, still looking for another
excellent.
play. Wow.
Oh, but maybe delaying those backs was
Yep.
not the call. But Viz jumping in from the side. Good job, Bullet Games with an excellent
Swain finally goes
flank.
down. Wow.
And it's going to be a wipe here with Sones doing their best Pathfinder impression, CSing on the opposite side of the map.
They've got super minions in the base. They get everything here. Only lose Pathfinder. That was what he was doing, trying to delay the recalls because he knew his allies were coming. But they lose so much for this. A tier 2 turret in the bot side, and Nivea just free farming down there. That's going to mean potentially a tier 3 turret, at least at half health here. This is a massive minion wave.
Jonah's not going to do anything to stop this, I'll tell you
Yeah.
that. So it's good that Fizz got back.
And they didn't get much damage, but they did get some damage on these Nexus turrets as the minions, they've got super minions pushing. I mean, this is going to push as well. So sure enough, Pathfinder has to come back and answer this because they realize that this is not going to be something they can deal with for long.
Rogotters is still dead.
Yeah.
Rogotters is not going to be here in time, but Decisions made the decision to stay top instead of taking this dragon. So this is going to be rough. We've got.
There's numbers
Smite
here.
here.
There's the smite. Oh man, the smite misses, but Decisions gets the kill on the dragon. Didn't really matter. Yeah, either way, these guys got their second dragon of the game, and yeah, they're not going to lose anything.
Test Baron.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Oh, true. Yeah, this could be a free Baron for Bards of a Feather as they are marching 5 players strong that direction. They're going to make short work of this thing with their five carry combo here. And sure enough, that thing is already at a third of its health. It is gone. Here comes Team Eclipse, and they're not even going to make it to the river as the Baron falls. So nice, clean job there by Bards of a Feather to secure another objective for themselves. Whew. Good thing those Baron recalls are up, huh?
Oh yeah.
That was close.
I would say, like in that last scenario, there was no good decision for Team Eclipse to make. I think they made the best of all the bad decisions, which was to commit for the fight, get some gold, take dragon.
Yeah.
Because this Baron will not last forever.
Right.
Just Yone doesn't kill this Malphite.
Wow,
Right?
that's a lot of damage though.
Oh, and right into the waiting arms of everyone in a Malphite ult on
The shield.
over top. Janna shield and ultimate does nothing.
Yep.
Flash Flash gets a Nivea out of both ultimates.
Oof, nice. A lot of flashes being expended here in the last couple of seconds. Nivea, Bruit, yeah, a lot of these guys. So not a lot of disengaged tools for the next fight potentially, whatever it may be over. Looks like Bards of Feather's happy with this so far. They're going to continue to push it. Now we got a TP in the bot side as Malphite is split pushing. They're getting 2 pushes at once. Now Team Eclipse has to answer this. Malphite's going to get a free tier 3 turret if they don't. And it looks like
kill turrets very quickly. If I was Team Eclipse, I would go straight down the mid lane, lay that Fizz right into that low health Anivia.
Yeah, this is tough, man. What's the right call? I like that call actually. That's a good call. Ooh, the Silver Shield, nice.
Neither team seems willing to commit. Pathfinder did just res, but honestly, it's hard for either team to really do anything.
Wow.
Both teams are acting very reactively.
Ooh, the Death Brush.
Flash is down on most people. Oh, not like
Nah,
this.
no one's falling for it. Yeah,
Not like this, Mr. Stark.
Yeah, for real.
Don't let the series end on a Death Brush.
And let's just quickly mention. Look, it's not to throw shade at anybody, but this is a game no one, I would say no one expected Bards of a Feather to be this competitive in, right? These guys have not been able to beat Team Eclipse once this season, and it hasn't looked good for them at all times. They've had moments, right? But this has to be their most complete match, their most complete series of the season for sure. I'd say Bards of Feather looks like a renewed team. They look like they've got life in their sails. They've got a lot of things to fight for here, and they're doing a really good job of taking Team Eclipse to their limits.
Does not have Guardian Angel, goes in like a madman, and
gets
Fizz
the kill.
is gonna playful trickster right out of this.
Oh, the flash!
There's no way.
He dies. What a play.
I mean, that's a great trade. your Fizz has one job, and your Fizz just did that job, and that is to stop the Sivir from autoing Nexus. And the Sivir can't auto Nexus from gray screen. I see some I've seen some great modifications from Bards of Feather across the season. This is not their original starting roster.
Right.
Originally, I believe Fixing Mantella was jungle, Rogue Otters was mid. Oh, and Malphite starting the fight, trying to
Huge
finish
ult.
off this game. Yone in the back line, not able to get much done because of the stopwatches. Again, no GA, he has to get out of there.
It's a razor's edge,
Ezreal
man.
with the ultimate across the top.
It's so close here. Actually, Eclipse might win this fight. That's a GA pop there from
GA
Rogue
down for
Otters.
Wukong, but Yone needs to get out of there.
Ah!
And as I said before, he doesn't get out, he goes deeper.
Wow, dude, what a play. What a play from these guys.
Yeah, and this isn't the original lineup. This is not how they were originally set up. I think actually Fixing Mantella was AD carry and Kartike was top. And they even had, Ched had some issues in the middle of split, so they had to sub him out. This was not what it looked like. And they've figured out a roster that works. And I think also they've got the download on this team. They said, oh wait, Pathfinder wants to carry. Let's just give him a brick wall to punch, and then we'll pick something really safe in the mid lane and massacre the rest of the team.
This is so, yeah, absolutely. And it's such a gritty game for both squads. I mean, we are at a 6-dragon game at this point. It was all Bards of a Feather as far as dragons earlier in the match, and ever since they got that 3rd dragon, Team Eclipse says no more. This is where we stonewall. Speaking of stonewall,
Yone is unstoppable.
Yeah,
but there's the GA, but it's not gonna.
He doesn't have allies. Yeah, I mean, he could look for something here, but he's got no backup. He's in this alone. He's going to go down there, and yeah, that might be what Bards of a Feather needed. Now we see Jaina just trying to escape here, getting her ally out.
Running real low on mana. He needs to get back to base. He can't be auto attacking, or he can't be just throwing Qs out. He's gonna run out and buy those elixirs, boys, because this is the last fight.
These turrets are taking so much damage, and the super minion actually is coming up huge because you can't kill it. And now we see the last. This has got to be the last fight of the game. You've got several members of Team Eclipse going all in for this, but the Swain ult is continuing to channel. He does go down, but not before he's done the damage he needed. This is a 2v2 now, actually. Jaina and Ezreal versus Anivia and Wukong. There's nobody left on the map, but here comes Pathfinder.
I saw that Pathfinder
Gotta get out.
timer
Yep.
and got the heck out of there.
Yeah, that's a good call. I mean, wow, Razor's Edge again for these guys. I mean, really less than a 3K, almost basically a 2K gold lead is insignificant at 36 minutes in the game. You know, really what it's going to come down to is who gets this next Baron and who gets this Dragon Soul potentially, because that's going to be the team that probably wins the last team fight of the game and goes on to defeat the Nexus. It's dicey too, though, because you see here, Team Eclipse doing their best to make something happen. Bards of a Feather has minions still pushing into their base. So Team Eclipse can't send 5 to do this. They're sending just Yone and Jaina, and yeah, they're going to call this off because they realize they can't do it fast enough. There's no way they can contest this.
Well, they have the smite, and I really admire Pathfinder. I was worried Pathfinder would keep soloing it and Rogue Otters would just hop over and steal it.
Yeah.
But Pathfinder has taken the initiative, kills Rogue Otters, and that delays things, but oh no, Anivia's gonna catch. Okay.
No, she's good.
Good job.
I know, that was scary, man. Now
The problem here is that the wave state will always be Anivia and Sivir pushing in mid lane.
Yeah.
Ezreal still doesn't have the damage to push that in.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Lots of members here in Fog of War.
Ezreal with the greatest arcane shift.
This
Fizz
comes around the
popping
back.
into the back line.
Doesn't
Not
get a
able to
kill.
kill Sivir.
No.
Or get off his Zonya's Hourglass. Ezreal, great damage across the top. Sejuani zoning Anivia off the fight. Ezreal needs to step forward and do more damage. You gotta kill the Swain. He's in support.
Oh no, he stepped too far.
Sivir's right behind him.
And now, once
And
again, the only
that's
one who
four dead
lives.
50-second or three dead 50-second death timers.
Yeah, it's just Caspi. I think these guys can forget about the Baron and just go on to push. And that looks like it is the call. Fixing Mantella heading back to heal. He's got TP, so he's going to heal up and join his team for this last turret. This is, uh,
And if I was this John, I'd be selling that
yep,
redemption for an ardent sensor right now, slapping his shield
yeah.
on
You
Pathfinder.
can't do anything with it. That's true. Yeah, it's not doing you any
Pathfinder
good.
no ultimate. All he can do is wave clear, and if he
Oh man,
dashes in, he dies.
10 seconds on his ult, maybe 10 seconds.
That's
Oh
oh,
man,
and
the Janet ult
the
comes through
revenge
clutch.
from fixing Mantella is
There's
tired of
just
being a pin cushion.
so many ultimates. The towers go down. There's no more turret protection on the Nexus. It's
Exhaust
open.
from Sivir onto the Fizz.
Fizz gets a kill.
But
Oh my
Fizz
gosh, they're
knocks him
all
out
so
anyway.
low. Anivia still has passive though.
Sivir is
You
dead.
can't
All
kill
the
her.
carries are dead.
You can't kill her.
Snowflake can slap Nexus.
Oh my
Come
gosh,
on,
the
Wukong.
Wukong
Come on,
autos.
Wukong.
Even his clone is attacking the Nexus. Can they finish it off? Oh my goodness, the Anivia respawns.
The first
She gets the
slap.
final kill. Oh my gosh, the Anivia egg saves the day. The teamwork from Bards of a Feather to win the unwinnable series. They got picked because Team Eclipse figured these guys are going to be easy to beat. Bards of a Feather say, you know what, man, we're going to rewrite this script. There's no way we're going to go ahead and just show up and let you guys beat us. We're going to give you all you can take. And that was, man, what a series. I did not know who was going to take that game 3. What about you?
That was brutal. But I think that what we've learned from this is that the team that prepares and plays together will always have the advantage. Bards of a Feather, they worked as a team. They picked characters that maybe would not work well by themselves, but had massive synergies. Uh, just excellent, really. I am very proud of that team working through its difficulties. On the other side of things, Team Eclipse had a great season. There's nothing that they should be ashamed of. They had a fantastic showing. They took their opponent to 3 games. Each game was competitive. We didn't have any one-sided matches.
Yeah, and man, just like we said at the start of this broadcast, the regular season doesn't matter. Good call out from Justin in the chat. Anybody can win any matchup when we get to playoffs. And wow, I cannot imagine what the comms were like for Bards of a Feather as the Nexus had 1 or 2 ticks of autos left, and the Anivia passive is coming up. No, guys, I have it. I've got one more auto. I mean, I can't imagine what the comms must have been like. That's got to be one of the best feel good moments for that team the entire season. And they've earned themselves a ticket to the final next week. What a game. Whew. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for
Yeah.
joining us. I don't. It's been a blitz. It's been like what 2.5 hours, 2 hours, 10 minutes of broadcasting. We're up to almost 20 viewers, so thank you guys for joining us today. We saw some heartbreaking defeats. We saw some amazing hero plays. We saw some 1v1s. We saw some team fights, Dragon Souls, everything. We saw a 6 dragon game in that last one with no one getting soul. I mean, what else can you say, right? Things were so crazy. It was back and forth constantly, but I wouldn't have been anywhere else with anybody else. It was such a pleasure casting with you today, Xander.
Oh yeah, and you too, Ronnie. And I don't think Coop linked this to us, but I found it in one of the previous things. I can talk about our sponsors.
Oh yeah, nice. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
and before we let y'all go for today, and I hope you enjoy your Friday, we want to thank our partners who helped make this happen. We think is providing several grants to our competitors this summer for participating in team building surveys. They're really cool. I've really enjoyed the introspection. Esports Gear has designed our ridiculously awesome jerseys. You see this logo on the screen? You can have that on your body too. Portions of those sales go to our nonprofit, the Phoenix Gaming Foundation. Our Patreon, server, and Twitch subscribers, your donations go straight to the nonprofit funds as well. Uh, Whoop is just an all around great training tool for pregame and postgame. And also, we would love to promote the Games and Online Harassment Hotline. It is a free text message based confidential emotional support hotline for gamers. If you are experiencing toxicity or need help with your own in-game tilt, you can reach out to them to chat. And with that, uh, we'll see y'all
Tonight.
on. Are we seeing them on
I
Monday?
think we're going to see them
Or
tonight. Robbie's talking about broadcasting the final Tier 2 playoff match that was played on Wednesday. Robbie's talking about broadcasting that one tonight. So we might have a doubleheader here today in a few hours. I'm not sure the schedule exactly, so stay tuned. Make sure you guys are following the channel here so you get notified. But yeah, definitely keep it locked because we've got one more playoff series. I would love to cast it, but it was actually my game, so I can't. And let me just tell you guys, trust me, it's worth a watch. It was a banger of a series. This was probably, man, I don't know if any of the series went to 3 games, so I gotta say, this was quite a series. Ours was great. I don't know if it was this great necessarily, but trust me, it's so worth a watch. And like I said, stay tuned because Robbie will be broadcasting that most likely this evening. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and see you later.